There's a lot of people here that are in specialty housing, Section 8 housing, where they get help from the government. A lot of people just living from paycheck to paycheck. A lot of dysfunctional families, a lot of families that are just really, really hurting. And there's drugs here. There was a crack house right across the street that they did a raid on last summer. Had a couple of people that were murdered here down the street not too long ago. And so this neighborhood is a little bit rough.
For more than 10 years, a small church plant in the heart of Hagerstown, Maryland, has been reaching out to people in one of the tougher neighborhoods in town. Inside the small house where they meet, the fellowship is warm, the hugs are heartfelt, and the food is hot and delicious. This is Faith Step. Jeannie Ramos and her team at the Faith Step church plant are reaching out to people in this neighborhood. People who might not be comfortable stepping into an Adventist church on Sabbath morning.
Welcome to Faith Step. It's a good day today because the Lord has made this day for us.
Dolores is one of those who has found a church home in Faith Step. She was invited by her eye doctor, Eric Bergman, who's been part of Faith Step since it started.
The day I saw her, she just seemed to be somewhat depressed about everything, and I just felt, I guess, God telling me to invite her to our church, and with no idea what would happen.
Dolores came to church that first Sabbath and found something that would change her life.
Well, Dolores came in, I can remember the first day she walked into the back of our church, and she was pulling a little oxygen tank with her, and she was stooped over, almost completely bent over, and she had no color in her face. She sat in the back row, and she fell asleep half the time she was there. And then we just began seeing her change. We began seeing her participate, and we began seeing her just come alive as we would talk with her and share with her. And slowly but surely, God began to heal her in a lot of ways.
Dolores had been struggling with alcohol. She had started attending a recovery group and had turned her life around. But something was missing. That's when she found Faith Step and a church home where she could lean on her faith in Jesus and her new church family.
Now that I'm in the church group, I don't attend as many meetings because mostly if I need anything, my church family's right there.
Although Sabbath morning services are special to Dolores, it's the warmth of Christian love and the acceptance she's found there that really makes a difference to Dolores and others who found God's love at Faith Step.
My church family has made me feel so comfortable in that, not criticizing me or anything, or looking down on me because I had that issue. You know, I can call and say, you know, I'm really feeling down today, and the blah blah, and they'll say, well, why don't you come over, or they'll just talk to me on the phone for a little bit. It's been very helpful.
Next door to where Faith Step meets is an upstairs apartment that is home to a special ministry. Here, Faith Step partners with other community organizations to provide a safe and comfortable place where women can stay while trying to get their lives back together. A place they call Hannah's House. One resident shared her story in hopes it can help others turn their lives around.
When I was at the age of 12, I started dabbling in drugs and alcohol, and they made me feel like I belonged, and I thought I had found what I needed. It just led into a 33-year addiction with drugs and alcohol. And I was so far gone that I had just lost all hope. And it was until I was totally broken and I asked God for help did I start to recover.
The walls of this shelter give them a place to stay, But the women who stay here also learn how to find help in the Bible by learning to rely on Jesus.
And then I do a Bible study class with them and do discipleship to help them learn to grow in Christ and walk in a healthy way as a believer in Christ.
You have to have this heightened awareness of what He wants for you and how to live for Him. And it's in His will, not your will. Because left to my own devices, I know that I would screw up. So I just take it to the next level and take the high road and live for Him. It's easier to stay sober.
Faith Step is more than a church service. It's a holistic ministry that touches every aspect of a person's life. It's a 24/7 ministry that blesses those who give and those who receive.
As the time went by, I started realizing I'm not helping them, they're helping me. They make me grow spiritually. I see more answers to prayer. I see wonderful things happening.
As Faith Step reaches out to people in Hagerstown, it also has an impact on the lives of the people who are trying to help. Please pray for the Faith Step group as they minister to each other and to their community. And thank you for supporting Adventist mission around the world.